line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're live here now at the Roval in Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we're going to see tonight Legends 34 Coupes going back at it here once again. as we get ready for this action-packed night of adventure racing. Currently under qualifying times, as we've got over 15 drivers locked and loaded with us here tonight. I got everyone. I am Christian the Crusaders driver. Welcome back to the show as always. Currently right now we're a little bit ahead of schedule. We weren't really sure when we were supposed to go up and all that, so we kind of just took a time, and we kind of didn't realize that it was 10 minutes earlier than we usually do. So our apologies there for the fans at home. Currently we're just getting final things preparated up and done, so kind of be aware that you may hear some noise in the background here. As you get a good look at our drivers right now as they do their last minute laps, their little qualifying laps around here. Again, tonight's race, Pushing Limits Racing League. Definitely going to be pushing a few limits here tonight because they're driving in the old 34 Coupes, as we've mentioned before. These cars very unique in their style, very hard to master. They're definitely not a car you can just kind of get in and drive. They're going to definitely be a little bit more of a challenge, if you will, for how you get around certain tracks, certain spots, and everything. And I think that will make a good comparison for drivers later on as time goes on around here. But for now, anyway, all about timing and all about pacing here, and really it's just a matter of just taking full control of this track and full control of the race here. You'll see tonight as well, these drivers are going to have to be careful about where they go down to and where they get into. They are not supposed to be going down to the bottom blue line there, so keep an eye out that for tonight. Make sure you keep an eye on the drivers as well, as you see how tight they get some of these corners in. And if we get some side-by-side battles in, imagine the corners and the runs off these spots here. You see as they come down the final stretch there for Keats Checkmate Taylor. As it comes off a pretty strong little exit there. That is a very tough little corner in my opinion. I've had some troubles there myself, trying not to get over driving on above the ridge, but once you get it down, man, you've got it down to a T, and he's definitely one of those guys that has it down to a T and has it kind of dialed in. But will he be able to put that to full success? We'll find out a little later here tonight as we show you our track tech talk for the evening. This is the Charlotte Roval, as I mentioned before. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway, obviously, but this is the configuration of the Roval, a track style that I believe was created back in 2013, I believe, or around that time. This was designed originally to help kind of bring in the IndyCar days, where they used to run the old Indy cars, the Formula One style stripped cars. That wanted to get them around here to this track and the style, and they decided to come up with this unique layout that you see before you with very many twists and turns, straightaways, and a long little stretch there in between. It's a very unique style track, very subject to debate on some people on how to run it and how to hit your marks up, but in my opinion, this is a solid track to say the least. As I now bring to you the track map of the night. You'll be seeing this pop up occasionally from time to time. Just be aware this is the way we're going to figure out how our drivers are and where they're at in position. So it'll jump around from time to time, so you'll see it kind of go away here and there, and you may see me pop that technical difficulties screen up here in a little bit. Right now we're currently doing a little bit of a slowdown because of the stream due to our issues we had a little earlier on, as we were just getting ready to get the broadcast ready to go. Some fast names, though, tonight already on the top of the leaderboard. Kern, Hoffert, Kahn, no surprise here. Robert Kahn, though, spun out there on the turn strip there. Definitely not where he wanted to be at, and I would say he probably wants to get that fired back away. So his position right now, currently in the 4th place spot, as qualifying has now come to an end. That can mean only one thing, race fans. It is time for the stars in the cars to get this one up and running. And as I get that technical difficulties thing up and real quick while we get this driving set up for tonight's action. A little bit of a stunner up on the front, as you will see now pop up onto your screen the grading order here for tonight's Pushing Limits Racing League 34 Legends Coupes. This is your starting lineup. On the pole, Jeffrey Todd Tufts in the 72. It is outside. Nick Kern, the 69. Row 2 sees Matthew Hoffer in the 28 is outside. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn. Row number 3 is Cindy the Closer. Taylor in the 07 to her outside. It is Tom Lanier, the 22. Row 4, Keith Checkmate Taylor in the 08 to his outside. Chantel the Throttle Pottle in the 5. Row 5 sees Eric Gigan in the 51 to his outside. Old Oaksy, Jeffrey Oaks, the 20. Row 6, Brandon Pike, the 12 to his outside. Wally Babb in the 099. Row number 7 is going to be Mr. Dustin Sornaker in the 66 Old Sparkalicious, and it is outside Stanley Pottle, the 48. Your final starter C in row 8, Jerome Keeney, the 61. It is outside Landon McKenzie, and that 99. Race fans, this is it. The drivers are ready to go at it. This lineup of 34 Coupes are driving on the famous and hard to master Charlotte Roval. 20 laps to the distance now, coming your way onto the show, ready to go at it here as they bring them around. Now set them in. Cameron Mott saying, let's go, Eric Gann. Junior Chapman saying, Tom Lanier for the win. Robert Dudley saying, what's up? Yeah, Robert, good to have you, buddy. Melissa Kolczynski Taylor saying, go Cindy, you can do it. Cindy Ann Taylor. Got a little bit of love for her tonight. Well, race fans, I certainly hope you'll enjoy this one as much as we'll enjoy this one. You will have the track map pop back up in just a slight minute here. We're getting ready to get the drivers into position for this one. So you'll watch for the drivers coming around in these turns, in these corners. You'll see the car number pop up. That will tell you the position on where they're at and how far ahead they are. Drivers to keep an eye on tonight. I would definitely say Todd Tufts for that speeding, blistering time. I would say might be a guy to keep your eye out for, but Nick Kern is no stranger to road courses. Remember what he did back in the Lamborghinis at Watkins Glen International. Absolutely trailblazing to a victory there. And we all know that old rattlesnake Robert Kahn there and that Miller Lite 21 machine. He's bad fast on road courses at Canadian Tire. He was a dominant force. Can he continue on with that? Cindy Closer Taylor was no slouch in any of these races last season and pushing limits. She absolutely tore the house down. Hold up. We got trouble down there. Wally Babb and the 99 and Dustin Sornaker getting into it already. Guys, you didn't even got the start. I already gotta go to the PT Mr. Replay to find out what happened already. What did you do? Sparky, do I need to take you in timeout already? Man, I know you're bad to the bone, but you don't have to be bad to the bone when you're literally about to start. Oh! Okay, I guess I gotta apologize to him. Wally Babb actually had troubles out of the gate. The legend car having some troubles. He couldn't quite get it turned in. Something broke down on that machine early on. It looks like it's fixed, but in all seriousness, I know he was having some troubles with the VR headsets down there. Might have had a little bit more trouble with the wheel popping in and out. That's definitely a hard little shot there. He'll have to get that figured up quickly, though, if he doesn't want that to happen again. Cameron saying, let's go Landon McKenzie. Crazy Legs McKenzie. Landon Crazy Legs McKenzie. I like that. Team Crawford saying, hashtag Team Rattlesnake, hashtag Team Nick Turn the Burn, and then hashtag Paposy. And Melissa saying, love you, Cindy. And Melissa else saying, bring it home, Closer. As we get off to the start, green flag pops on out. We are underway, race fans. Give me the map. Give me the store. Here is the story. Here's your show. Onto the gate. Out of the pole. Todd Tufts advantages. Nick Kern following behind there. Trying to make a little bit of a run out of here. Problems for the throttle shifts. El Bottle already. Oh, at a turn, I believe that's 3 and 4, completely loses it in the 5 machine. She has already spun out there, has nowhere to go, and has a little bit of work to do now as I start to make that long, treacherous turn there. Eric G. Gann, the 51, already trying to get up there quickly there with Keith Checkmate Taylor, as looks like the internet gremlins are coming after him. Side by side battle here as we got coming out onto the turn 1, turn 2 front straight. Remember, these guys and gals have to stay above the blue line. They go below. You let me know. Lanier and Hofford back out of here. Hofford on the inside. Lanier on the outside. The 22 versus the Lumar 28 of Hofford. They'll now head to the bus stop. You can full throttle around. How will they handle the turn? Whoa! Hoffer got some hang time on that. Robert Kahn completely lost in the turn. And Robert Kahn, all of a sudden, looks like his momentum might have gone completely lost. What happened to him there? One of the guys that was fighting for the lead immediately out of the gate. Here's a replay of this one. Look here. Comes right out. He just barely touches it. Car comes to a rest and just completely halts his momentum and derailed it. That will definitely not help his cause any. Oh! And right in there, Landon McKenzie now all of a sudden. I just brought that thing back up. Caution's out. Caution is out. Schraub's there for the 21. Landon and him getting into it there. The 99, that is. The 099 will be Willie Bab there if you ever see that number pop around. Here's the PTM Instant Replay though, folks. Watch this. Kahn tries to pick his speed back up, tries, I believe, to stay out of the way. And here he comes right there into the turns, the corner. And just overdrives it again. And unfortunately, on the first lap, caution comes out, and these drivers definitely did not expect that of all things. So Landon McKenzie there will have a little bit of work to do there on that 99 machine. As the early advantage there for Jeffrey Todd Tufts will be put to a halt for a small second or two. Matthew Hopper and Nick Kern will be back up in position with him, so maybe they can put up a little bit of a fight there. And I'm being warned right now, the hashtag PA Posse is Pennsylvania Posse, what it means here from our producers. So thank you there for the refresher there, my friend. So the drivers will get refreshed, refired, restacked, re-racked, and all that here, race fans. We get things kind of taken back in for a little bit of a treat. Remember last time we saw these drivers, they didn't even get, I think, they maybe got like 1 or 2 laps of Canadian Tire in all the way. They actually got a full lap in here at least with the Roval, which I already will give them credit for. That's a pretty good lap, I would say. Some good battles out of the gate. You saw Mr. Lanier and Hoffer going at it. Unfortunately, Lanier having some troubles there, has to go back into the pack a little bit. Stanley Pottle, I've been told before, and I've raced with him a little bit to know that actually that you may have seen him struggle on ovals, but there is one disadvantage he has. He can run a road course quite well. For what he's got in equipment-wise, he's actually not too bad. Actually, he's up almost in the top 10. He's actually got Chantel Throttle Pottle right in front of him here, so who knows? Might be a little bit of an opportunity here for him to make a little bit of a name and make a pace here. We'll have to find out. Melissa's saying, good job saying my maiden name, Koltinsky. Koltinsky, right? Alright. That's how I said last time. Yeah, I appreciate the support, Melissa. I'm glad I got the name right, because I've told people 1,000 times even. I've also told Jess Ruggeberg, make sure if I screw your name up, let me know, because I know she's watching right now. Good to have you on board, Jess. There's a lot of folks out here, I swear, I did not figure your names out right away. So again, if I mess up, let me know so I can get this fixed up quickly. Well, you saw earlier that little gravedigger scheme there on Kevin Harvick's machine, but how about on a legend car? A legend in its own right, the gravedigger scheme and that bad to the bone style that Dustin Slonaker is rocking here tonight. Very awesome looking design, very sweet looking design, and honestly, it probably is something that gravedigger car would actually look like if they had it on a legend. So that's a pretty sweet looking ride. Even though actually the original truck was designed out of, I believe it was out of a panel van. I believe it was a 58 or a 68 panel van, I believe is what it's representing of. Obviously with these legend cars, they are 34 micros, if you will, compared to the actual size of a 34 coupe. As we bring the drivers up to the front straightaway, Jeffrey Todd Tufts. He is the man right now, holding the lead, holding the cards in his hand. We'll go one more time around to get this one refreshed out, and then we will get back to the green flag racing, as you see on our little map quest here for our road course drivers. You'll see that constantly throughout this night here to make sure you know where the drivers are, what's going on down there. I know it's not the most perfect and accurate position to really put it at, but I mean, honestly, it's a lot better than what I usually do around here, so. Jeffrey Oaks there in that 20 machine. You've seen that Pennzoil Legend car quite a bit back on the first season of Pedal to the Metal Racing League. This was where it all started, really, was PTM Racing TV with Legend cars. And in my opinion, to this day, I still think probably the best Legend race we ever had that was quite the show, I would say, is probably back in North Wilkesboro. And honestly, I am kind of surprised that Pushing Limits Racing League has yet to take a car over down to North Wilkesboro, or even these things to North Wilkesboro, because again, I felt like that was where you saw the best racing, saw the best runs, and it's been, I know it's been a while, and I know folks have been kind of questioning about it, but to me, that's where they should be going back to with these things, is North Wilkesboro, because that was almost designed and purposefully built for that kind of car. Still the packed house in here tonight, though, as I want to see some racing. Don't worry, folks, we'll give that to you in just a minute. They'll have one more lap to go around, and then we will get to the green flag, judging by the light indicator there on our pace car. Jeffrey Todd Tufts, the steady 2 right now, currently a race leader with Nick Kern right behind him in the Sparko machine. Trying to hold on, give himself another rail course victory added to his name. While the only drivers go back-to-back on Pushing Limits Racing League. And honestly, it probably was a bit of a shocker to a lot of them out there that he was able to do that as cleanly as he did in that 69 machine back when he was running the Lamborghini, and then he had to switch it out for a dirt car at Lanier National Speedway. Absolutely tore down the house, put up a fight. Honestly, impressed me a lot. I almost kind of wanted to get out there and race him, because folks at home to know me, I love me some dirt cars. Keith Checkmate Taylor is a legend in his own right with his wins in the Legend Series. He knows how to get the job done, and really the legend I say is because that 08 is the first driver that knocked down the undefeated one, Lucas Gorman, in the Legend Series all those months ago. Actually, almost a whole year ago to the day, if you can believe it. That was back at USA International Speedway, and I still remember that night quite fondly. He was just running his tail end off, fighting for every position, everything he had. And then finally, he was just able to get a nice little jump around on position. And ended up finally taking down that old taco lover. Alright, race fans, we're getting ready to get back to the action here. As Todd Tufts will have the starting gun. They will go on green. That is the rule of thumb around here. You do not go until that green goes. So when that flagman waves, you best be rocking, because this car is going to be a knocking. And this thing is definitely going to be a challenge for some drivers out there to really keep and conserve in. We got a couple camera angles on our drivers here tonight, like our one here with the gyro cam and Wally Babs 099. We'll see how well he holds up here after that little trouble he had there with old Sparky. You can see him double filing up onto the restart here. Robert Kahn, the PA posse man himself, honestly kind of in a bit of an issue or two here from that start. We'll see if he slows down the corners enough and actually gets this one dialed back in a bit. Jerome Keeney, the number 19 machine, right? Or excuse me, the 19 driven, not by him, I should say. I believe that's driven by Brandon Pike. Yep, that's Brandon Pike down there. We got the car number on him as the number 12. And if you don't believe me, you can see what old iRacing popped up for us here. Seeing that car number earlier, well, no, that's not definitely what he has. So, but there is Jerome Keeney there in the 61. I was talking about him just a minute ago. The old guy still getting it down, getting it done, just trying to figure out how to run with some good drivers and just trying to learn a tip or two off of them. Not a bad driver in his own right. I think he just needs a little bit more experience, and I think it's only a matter of time before you really start to see more of him fighting it up there. All right, race fans, we're ready to get back to the action. I know you're ready as well, and I know you've seen a lot of great road course racing, road course battles, and if the Pushing Limits guys and gals can get this dialed in, you'll see more of it. Charlotte, honestly, I was down there just last night. I tried these things out for the first time in my life with Roval, and I'll tell you, I was laying down 132s down there. I could lay down it into a 31 if I pushed hard enough, but some of these drivers are hitting up to the words of the 29s tonight. The speeds they carry is just beyond flat out. This is just incredible how well they're able to hold their line in, get more momentum off, whereas I felt like I was over pacing it a lot of these guys were actually just, and gals were just literally hammering down, just saying to heck with it, just get as much speed as we can with them. So these cars can go fast, and they can actually hold up quite well. And we know with the small length of them, they can battle side by side quite well as well. So we'll see how they handle on this restart here. But our first caution done and over with. Pace car is going to get out of here. We'll get that Porsche out of our track and off our stage as they lean it down across the final 2 turns. In we go to the green flag restart. Todd with a strong start. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. And a major wreck right in front enables a caution. Oh, man, I saw one car go completely airborne there. And next thing you know, this entire field just got strung into pieces. Well, I'll take a look at the PT replay and find out who did what and what happened there. I thought maybe I saw Hoffer get a little too hot off the start, if you will. Take a look at the replay. Oh. Ouch. Offer. Whoo. He got a little airborne. Got like, he jumped around like he was on a pogo stick, man. Did like a whole did look a whole flat spin cartwheel on that thing. How did he do that? Alright, hold on a minute. We're going to take a look back at the replay. We're going to take a look on the onboard camera here of Jeffrey Oaks. We're just going to take a look and see if we can see anything on our end that might have gave Hoffer a little push. We'll see if he got him here. Hard to tell from that angle. It might have been a bit of an aggressive start, but honestly, neither driver really seemed to back off the throttle, so I wouldn't say it's a complete aggressive start. I think it might have just been a mistake in timing there. See if we get one more look at it from our chopper cam here. Take a close look. See that front bumper. We'll see if it tags the rear end here. Yep, there it is right there. There is a tag there, and that is what sent Hofford off into the air and off into the stratosphere. And as a good friend of mine would once say, yep, not the start these drivers were looking for, I bet you that much, and definitely not how they wanted to play this one out tonight. The league definitely well known for its battles and its pacings, but unfortunately these legend cars are not doing what they were hoping for and not holding up the way they should, and those restarts are going to be very crucial and important here. Whoa! And Landon McKenzie, and then I just completely come into a full throttle stop there. I usually say full throttle assault. I never thought I'd say a full throttle stop all of a sudden. He just came crashing in there. Let's look at the PTM instant replay and see what happened here. He was driving in quick. What did he try to monster truck that thing over? He tried to jump the entire thing like it was the ridge to the Grand Canyon. Oh, and he still he got Stanley Bottle in that. And Jerome Keedy having a little bit of troubles there as well, unfortunately. Oh man, I might need a few beers by the time this one's over with, guys. Drivers are trying to quickly get up there too. The pace car there, the Porsche. While they just kind of punch laps in, I think we'll be at about 11 laps to go before we get back to the restart. Want to remind you also here tonight that we do have another race coming up. At least that is a scheduled broadcast here. Monday Night Madness. The UMP cars are back, and let me tell you something. If you missed the battles, the war that was raised at Eldora, I'd say right after this race, if you got time, go back and watch it. What a night, what a performance those drivers put on. Maybe one of the greatest performances we've ever witnessed in a UMP car, or any dirt car for that matter, on any track. 5 wide salute, I think like 2 or 3 times in that race out of turn 4. And the battles for the lead and the battles for other positions, I don't think we could have done it any justice on the call. It honestly was just too good. You got to go back and watch it, to be honest with you. But of course, also tonight, we will be seeing the Pushing Limits Racing League still try to somehow hammer this one away and start to put some laps in, hopefully. Todd Tufts, right now one of the lone Canadians out here in the race lead with Stanley Pottle and Chantel Pottle, the other fellow Canadians drivers. Trying to hang with them, trying to hang in position as they're still under caution at the moment. Hoffert, Cindy the Closer Taylor, Tom Lanier, and Chantel all in pit road right now, getting a little bit of a makeover on their cars and a little bit of a cleanup on aisle 2, if you will. Nick Kern, you gotta believe right now, just probably thinking and pacing and timing his way in these turns and in these runs here tonight. So there you see our pace car, the Porsche out there finally getting the drivers caught up to him there. As you see the field now working their way around. Jeffrey Todd Tufts and Landon McKenzie will once again be on the starting position here. Although I don't know why Landon might have. Actually, why is Landon's not in the lead? What are we talking about? How did he jump ahead of the guys here? Todd Tufts and Nick Kern will be put up in the race lead again. Sorry about that. I don't know how the heck kind of got ahead of us there. So yeah, Todd Tufts and Nick Kern are still your top drivers in the race lead right now for the row one. Landon, I think right now is dealing with the iRacing officials. They're trying to figure out what's going on down there and just make sure that he is in the correct spot. Transponders right now being put to good use and put to good timing because of after that big wreck there that happened on the front straightaway right in front of us. Due to, unfortunately, the incident there between Hoffer getting a little bit hairborne and some of the other guys getting caught up in that one, like Keycheck McTaylor and them. That will open the door up here for Jerome Keeney as well as Cindy the Closer Taylor in this one, and Robert Kahn having a little bit of a say or so as well to possibly have a fight in. Should be heading up to the final laps here of this one. Now, here we go. We're at 11 laps to go here on the restart. Can pushing limits finally get these 34 Coupes on a road course to work quite well? And can we finally see the battles we have witnessed throughout our practice sessions and throughout our race series? I think it was only a matter of time before you really get to see these guys and gals really do what they know best and put this to good use. And hopefully we will see just that here in a minute. I mean, you want to talk about road course racing too. Something coming up here in the next month is literally the return of the Riley Fast and Fun IROC series. The Riley Challenge drivers are returning here, and they will bring out the road courses for our show here. They will be running ovals outside of that, so if you guys want to check them out, be sure to head them up here on our channel here, and we'll let them know you're wanting to go see them. But they will be doing the Fat Road Course Challenge. This is live broadcasted. The ovals will not be broadcasted. And I'll tell you right now, we're heading to tracks like Mazda and even some new tracks that you've never seen before on PTM Racing TV. So I cannot wait to call those and show you what they look like and how they are, as well as maybe learn a little bit of a history or two with those places. So, but again, right now, currently the Roval is going to be where we pace this one in and start to fight him on down. We're going to get back to the restart here in just quite a minute, as they lean him off of the back straightaway past our halfway point of the turns and almost at the halfway point of our race tonight. If you like what you see and like what you hear, then please be sure to like and follow us up here on PTM Racing TV so you know when we go live, and also follow up on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And head over to YouTube and subscribe there to catch some of these races and their entirety on that program as well. And Cameron, to answer your question, yes, that race will be broadcasted for the Fast and Fun IROC series when that comes around. So be sure to tune on into that one when the time comes. Also, race fans, if you if you want to help support PTM Racing TV, well, I got the link here for you, and I will tell you all about that right now. And that is our link with our TV store. So if you guys want to check that out, our store is still open and operational for service, so check that out. Be sure to pop open the link and have a look at it. It is in the comment section down below. Always appreciate you guys' support, and always appreciate the love you bring to the show. Bring it back to the green flag here, ready to rock this one in and roll on out. Back to the green flag we go. Todd looking for a good start as well. Drivers slow into the start there. Easy off, easy on. Looks like actually they're going to go on to the flag barriers line there before they go, and that is going to set them in. We're on to the green. Already out of the start here, it looks like Jeffrey Todd's ups immediately got a good one off that one. Nick Kern right there with him though. Kern immediately trying to make a move there on the first couple turns, try to get him quick and get it over with. So, a little sideways, a little loose there, Todd. Nice and cooled, evened out on this position. Clean as a whistle so far. Looking good, looking good. Now comes the long stretch of turn. They have to watch out for it. Eric Gigan rocking an RC controller here tonight. I'm surprised that thing actually is working as well as it is for him. Problems for Landon McKenzie, though, as they get into that turn. Problems for him there. We'll take a look at the PTM instant replay and find out what happened here. Comes right out. We'll see if he just overdrives that corner there. Comes off here. Yep, he just overdrives it. He's already in trouble. And Wally Bab, I'm amazed that 099 did not actually get spun in that situation. He actually held out quite well, but a tough break nevertheless here for the 99. And big problems down there. Cindy Dakota Taylor and Brandon Pike involved in that one, as well as Stanley Pottle. 3 drivers crashed in. Caution back out. Oh, man. What happened here, folks? Let's take a look at this one. We was doing so good. What went wrong? Well, I'll tell you one thing went wrong. We were trying to go 3 wide into the bus stop. What were they thinking, man? That's crazy. Stanley Pottle goes in. He just overdrives that part. Oh, man. You can just see he just smashes it into the turn, and Brandon Pike didn't do much of the different there. He just got himself into a bit of a pickle. There was Cindy Dakota Taylor. We'll find out from another look at this one, see where those two got into each other. Looks like it comes right out of the turn. And looks like Cindy just barely taps him. But Cindy just smacks in the wall as well. Get a big look out of that. And you saw Stanley Pottle just completely get centered in. Cindy obviously didn't look like she tried to take him out intentionally, but definitely it was not the way she was hoping to run that line in. We're going to go on board, though, with Stanley Pottle and have another look at this one. Watch as they come down that long back straightaway there, Charlemont Speedway, into that bus stop turn. And generally you can full throttle it off, but I think Stanley didn't realize where he was at, and next thing you know, catching himself in a little bit more trouble than I think he wanted to there. That's a darn shame there for him. Unfortunately, tough break for the 48 machine. Chantel Throttle Pottle will have to try to hold up the Pottle name here in a little bit as we get ready to get back to the green flag here in a little. Right now, fans, the 34 Coupes, it just seems like they just can't catch a break with these things on the road courses side of things. And again, that's not just a testament to the cars. I think a lot of it has just to do with the inexperience of the road courses. Again, these are drivers that are generally running on the oval style tracks like the dirts, and the asphalt and the road ovals. You know, these road courses and the dirt road courses, they're a new thing for them. They're a challenge. They have to figure out how to handle the corners and how to handle the turns, and they can't just over ramp and overdrive them. They have to be careful. And unfortunately, that's really kind of the biggest problem for them. We've seen before here where even the Fast and Fun guys, they had troubles trying to punch laps in. So what they did is they did like a time zone limit, and it seemed like after that, it seemed like the racing was almost perfected. I think maybe they might want to start looking into that here, at least pushing limits wise. So we'll see what their ideas and their mindset is there. But I mean, right now this is not what any of the drivers were looking for or hoping for here tonight, unfortunately, and that's a darn shame because, again, a lot of these guys out here and these drivers that come with us here tonight, these are genuine drivers, and they're pretty good drivers in their own right. They can put up a fight and put on a show. This is definitely not what they were hoping for. So right now, currently, as we start to punch laps in and punch them down, I believe we have one more lap after this one to get the green flag back out. And I believe they are also doing on the command starts now. They will do them up to the checker flag area. Then they will let them go because of that front stretch shenanigans we saw earlier on. It seemed like it had a good start there, but the last start wasn't quite what I think they were looking for or what they wanted. All I can say is when we get to that green-white checkered situation, how will they handle that? Because that is where they're going to really be boiling down into problem territory. It's going to be a very big situation there. Cindy the closer, Taylor the 07 right now. Probably not too thrilled about that little mistake she made there on the bus stop involving her and Mr. Brandon Pike there in the number 19 machine. Now Brandon, don't know too much about him, but know kind of his story, if you will, in his ARCA. But I can say, from what I have seen of him, what I've actually experienced racing with him, he is definitely one of those guys out there you can't underestimate and you got to keep your eye on a little bit. Because he can put on a little bit of a fight, put on a little bit of a show. And unfortunately right now he's just struggling to kind of keep up with that mindset and that mentality. And it's not holding up as well as I think he was hoping for. Dom Lanier, honestly, one of those guys as well tonight that's impressed me quite a bit ever since he kind of came onto the show, Pushing Limits Racing League. He's been one of those drivers that you kind of watch and you don't really think too much about, but somehow he finds his way into that top 5, top 10 name and brand eventually. And I am not seeing anything different with that here tonight. He's been pretty strong, to say the least. He's been running well and running good. My ultimate question is he going to be able to keep up with that and keep this one going throughout the night? All right, now I also did mention a little bit earlier on about the streamers and our drivers here. And we do have one driver, obviously, out here still streaming around. So if you guys want to go and support her, of course, that is Powell's Racing from Miss Chantel Throttle Powell currently, as she is dealing with the added pressure of racing with these guys and gals. I'm trying to stream at the same time and show you what's going on under the hood. So if you want, check out her stream right now. You can get a good look at what's going on right now in a little bit of the back half here. But nevertheless, right now, up front, it's going to be Todd Tuss and Nick Kern once again going at it. And Nick Kern, in my opinion, is one of the only drivers that's really put a fight up to Todd Tuss here, at least for what we could get in. At least on a lap or two basis. He stayed right there with the young cat. We'll see if he can keep it up with him and keep up with the position. Jeffrey Oaks, we know he's no stranger to winning in the Legend Series. He knows how to get it done. Will he be able to do that here tonight in that number 20 Pennzoil machine? At the 51 of Eric G. Gann, who, in my opinion, is having a career-making season, and not just this series, but also in PTM Racing Dirt Series. You saw him win back at Cedar Lake Speedway, and probably one of the most chaotic finishes I think I've ever seen on dirt in my lifetime. He ended up winning that, and again, he runs with an RC controller. That's really the only way he's able to do it and get it done. And it just goes to show you that no matter what kind of disabilities out there or what kind of issues you got, race fans, if you can drive and find a way to work it in, you do it every time. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to really look at it, is just get out there and drive. Forget about what someone tells you you can't do or can't do. In sim racing, we're all a community. We're all trying to help each other out and better ourselves. And honestly, the fact what he's been doing is just flat out impressive to me, to say the least. 7 laps to go, race fans, on the restart here. Find out what happens here. Landon Crazy League McKenzie kind of chatting in with our chat right now, saying where is the eye pacing? Well, definitely not what I would think you would expect around here, my man. But it's all right. We'll get it dialed in, get it ready back up. You'll watch for that green flag restart. Green will come out as they bring it to the line. Todd Tusk in a pretty good spot up there as he sets it up. Now he gets on the straightaway, down to the front stretch to turn one we go. We're back underway. Race fans, we're back green flag racing. This time, pretty clean, 7 to go. Nick Kern inside, on the right side, I should say. I want to say the inside line, but that's really where he wants to be. Todd Tusk, though, managing to make a beautiful turn there out of that corner. Holds on to his spot, holds on to the run. They lead him down now as they come off that stretch there onto the straights. Now to that long stretch of road. Got to be very cautious, very aware of that. See the guys in the back right now going out a little bit. Oh! And Stanley Pottle getting in with Jerome Keeney there on that little turn in the corner. And unfortunately, a little bit of a situation there for Jerome Keeney. Not what he wanted to have happen at all. He gets a refire and set back up. No caution there. Back onto the front straightaway, though. You can see Jeffrey Todd's Ups holding on by a narrow margin of error there as he comes around the bus stop. Oh, as I say that, he spins it right out of the bus stop, out of the corner. He's lost it completely. He's trying to get back on and refire. Sidney Taylor smashes him completely, though, as they go in turn 3 with a caution coming out. And Nick Kern probably just thought to himself, I just got a gift right there, didn't I? Until that caution came out, I would say he had a good gift, but definitely not what Todd Tusk was wanting to do there. He got a little too aggressive on that turn and a little too hard on that throttle. And the next thing you know, he gets a little whack in the back. Let's take a look at it from a couple angles here, but this is the first angle. Watch as he drives in the bus stop. He knows Kern's coming for him. He tries to set the turn up. Just tries in slightly too much and just catches enough of it. Car ventures straight off and jumps right down. And oh, I've heard of pushing the limits. I've never heard of pounding the limits. Ouch. Took a good whack in the back there, to say the least. We'll take a look at the rear corner panel here and see if we can get a better idea and a little better of a spot up on that. Watch as he comes around the corner here. Watch his left rear just lift. Left rear just completely lifts off and then refires the car back in. Ouch! And that's definitely not what you wanted to see. Back to our live feed right now as we are currently still under the caution flag here, unfortunately, and I believe we're going to be pretty much putting this one down to a green-white checker finish here, guys. Cameron saying, me and Eric races RC cars together. He is a hell of a wheel man. Yeah, he really is. John Morris, what kind of speeds are they getting up to? Well, if you're wanting to know what kind of speeds they're hitting, let's take a look at our speed rate here. And I'm actually going to go back. Honestly, I want to go back and take a look at the timing on that. But I believe they're hitting up to speeds of up to over 110 miles per hour. Right now, their speeds are carrying out about 94 miles per hour. Actually, we do have one driver that's coming up quickly there. That's Jerome Keeney. And top speeds right now, they are saying on my end right now currently is 112, 114, 115 is the fastest we've seen here tonight. Tom Lanier hitting the very fastest of the bunch with 115 miles per hour on the speed there. But average-wise, they're averaging about 110 on the fastest rates on those straightaways. And under the eye-pacing, apparently, we're hitting about 40 miles per hour. So there you go. Landon saying, let's go, Eric. Unfortunately, car seems like it is broke down, destroyed here tonight. Landon, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you're doing all right, and hopefully we'll see more of you here in the coming days and coming weeks. John Morse coming in, just asking about the speeds. Glad to have you on board for the show. I believe your first time here, man. Great to see you. Junior Chapman saying, I know y'all see Lanier coming. Yeah, I know, Junior. I've been talking about it. I said it before. He's coming. I said he had a fast car under that thing, and right now he's not making a monkey out of anybody other than me right now. He is definitely pushing this thing to its limits. No pun intended. The 22 is definitely there, and it's coming quick. But will he be able to get there in time? Because remember, we only will have, I believe, 1 or 2 green-white checkers on this one. I don't remember what the caution call is there. The race official is not letting me know about that just yet. Landon saying, yeah, hopefully I can still do the dirt series. Landon, I think you'll be just fine in the dirt series, man. Hopefully we can see you back at it and really firing away there, brother. So the field works their way in right now. Track getting all cleared up, nice and taken care of. Well, there's something I want to go back to a little earlier on here. While we're under caution, let's take a look back at one of our laps here we had a battle on. Let's take a look back at the replay here. I want to take a look at this here. Because we saw earlier on that Key Checkmate Taylor was battling hard with here, but what about Stanley Pottle and Brandon Pike here? How was that going for him? It seemed like there was a good battle between those drivers here, and I'm just kind of curious to see what happened on that little corner exit there we saw earlier on. Get a good look from our chopper cam here as they come around. Jerome Keeney definitely putting up a little bit of a fight here with Stanley. Stanley putting a pretty good battle in. Brandon Pike doing the same. Stanley drives in pretty hard, and looks like Pike and Jerome just kind of got into it there, unfortunately. Let's take a look at it from another angle while we're under caution here. And you can see from the cockpit view here, you're going to see Pike's view here. This is what he saw when, unfortunately, he got in there with Keeney and Pottle kind of moving in. Keeney kind of throwing a bit of a block there at Pottle. That was a little bit of a something. Interesting stuff there, to say the least here. Alright, race fans, we're getting this one figured back up, getting this one taken care of here. Alright, so I believe we will have 3 to go on the restart. And it looks like they're going to continue with the double file situation there, so they're going to re-racked, restacked, and all that. And right now, Nick Kern honestly is in his wheelhouse. He's in the driver's seat, but I'll tell you right now, what the racing is exciting and crazy as it's been so far. Tom Lanier might just be the underdog here, the guy I gotta watch out for on some of these corners. If he can get around Aaron G. Gann quickly and Oaksey quickly, I think he's gonna have something here for Kern. He's gonna have to really hammer down though. Molly Bab, that 099 right now is gonna be pretty much in his wheelhouse if he can, working his way from the outhouse up to the White House with an old rattlesnake and a big bad Matthew Hoffer right behind him. Chantel Throttlepod, I think right now she thinks she's just trying to go for a top 5, something to kind of eke out some points here tonight. But up front there is 4 or 5 drivers that could be taking this one to victory lane. Kern, though, the favorite, if I had to say. I'm going off his racing experience and his background on road courses for this comment, but in my opinion, Kern is the toughest one out of the bunch right now to take down because of what he did back in the Legends here when he ran their Canadian Tire, ran it hard, ran it well. But then he ran extremely well with Lamborghinis at Watkins Glen. Is he going to continue that here tonight? Is he going to continue that momentum and that run and that charge? We're going to find out. 3 laps will remain on the restart. My friends, my family, my community of the Legion of the Kingdom. Or whatever, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Everybody around here, if you want to see some serious racing and some serious action, these drivers, I think, are tired of wrecking and tired of getting into trouble. I think they want to put on one last little bit of a show here on these final laps. Will you want to see it? Let them know. Let them hear you in the comment section. Raise your glass, raise your whiskeys, raise whatever you got. These drivers want to put on a show. They want to give it to you when they can, and they're going to do just that. On this restart, this could be the last one of the night. And will anyone be able to finally get Nick Kern off the top of that podium? Todd Tuff's been fast all day long. He would love to catch him again. But will he be able to? He's going to have to maul through a lot of drivers and hang on for dear life on this one. They are coming to the restart. getting ready to pace this one back into the field, into the show. Ah, we go. We are ready to fight it out. Here they come now. Set the turn, set the pace. Green comes out, and they will now bring it straight to the stripes. They know they've got to get this one going quick. They've got to get going well. Kern waiting to get across. He hits it up. We're going green. In the inside zone, here comes the rattlesnake. Robert Kahn already pulling some maneuvers there. Evasive action as Todd Tufts and Dustin Sonaker crash there on that turn one. Sonaker and Todd Tufts are both on their roof upside down. They will have to head to pit road. Eric G. again right now charging in quickly. Wally Babb completely misses the corner in the turn. Watch out down there, watch out. Jerome Keaty getting out of that one. They stay out of the way. They keep it under green. Eric G. Gain right now in a bit of a heated contest here with Jeffrey Oaks as they lead it in down the corners. Nick Kern is starting to run away from the entire field as we now have an old rivalry revisited. Chantel the throttle bottle and the old rattlesnake Robert Owen go out of here, and now even keep Checkmate Taylor intervening a little bit. Side by side as they lead it down into the bus stop now with only 2 laps remaining. And the yellow flag comes out. Problems down there. There's problems. Not sure if they're going to call what they saw, what happened earlier on. The issues there. Dustin Slonaker, the 66 is slowing down quite a bit here. We'll have to go back and look at the PTMS and replay and find out for sure what happened there. We only know this and that. There was a big wreck right there between him and, unfortunately, Todd Tufts there. See if we can figure out what happened here. Oh. Yeah, it looks like Sonaker just barely missing the mark and missing the spot there. Got a little sideways and ends up on his roof. And how about this? Haley Powell actually flips Sonaker back over. Take a look at it for a couple angles here. Take a look at it from the chopper angle here. This will probably be our best view to see this one in its action. You can see right here, just got slightly hard on the throttle, kind of got loose. Todd goes upside down and decides to put it into pit road and hope for the best. And Stanley Powell, how about that? What a sport. He literally he stopped and helped out Slonaker to get him back on his lid there. How about that? Just goes to show you the community is enlarged and they are always there. So we'll take one last look at this from our cockpit views here. We're going to first go into the cockpit of Mr. Sonaker here from our cockpit camera, and then we'll go to the gyro cam of Todd Tufts here. This is what Sonaker had happen. You can see him trying to corner in. Then he's trying to re-straighten it out, and looked like the car was fine there until Todd got him. Todd got him pretty good there, I must admit. So we'll see what he saw when that happened. Runs it right in. I think he kind of tagged him there, gave him a little toe tap. Upside down he goes. And I think that might be the end of Todd Tufts here tonight. Three green, white checkers is what I'm getting word of right now. That will be what they are allowed. Cameron Mott saying, are y'all showing the UMP mods tonight? Well, right now we are currently planning that. We're still in the Monday Night Madness. Should be up and live here. We have about a half hour before that comes up, so be sure to catch that when it comes by. I believe we will be showing that in its entirety. Landon Crazy Legs Mackenzie saying tired of pace laps for sure, and saying let's go Eric G. Gannon. I don't blame you there, my man. I do get tired of it myself. Trust me there. I've been in your shoes before, and I know what it's like. There's a reason why I actually jumped out of the car and went into the booth all those days ago and all those years ago. Yeah, for those at home that are wondering, I actually used to drive the Legend Series for about, maybe like a race or two, and then I just kind of got out of it. So as we start to get ready for the 3 green, white checkered attempts, I gotta believe right now the drivers are just getting more and more ready to go here. You know they're definitely going to be pushing these things to their fullest potential and absolute limits because of everything that's happened now, so. So as I mentioned before here, race fans, we will have our Monday Night Madness popping up here after this race. This race right now should be finished in its entirety or under the time limit restriction. We do have an hour and 15. They are allowed. They have got about 30 minutes left on the time brigade that we're getting word. So they don't get that in, then, well, we are not going to be able to really do anything else other than just call the race as it is, and that will be the end of it. Key checkmate Taylor, I gotta believe, probably remembering what Robert the Rattlesnake Khan did just a little bit ago on that front straightaway turn 1. He just absolutely turned it in there and just went full haywire on the KTM Racing Havoline 08. And I know Khan did that for one reason. He's trying to get up to the front, up quickly, so he can try to savor and try to save what he had earlier with that big issue wreck he had earlier on. I gotta believe he's probably not so happy about that or thrilled that it happened. He wants to try to get it back there from that bus stop situation. Brandon Pike, the 19, after the little troubles he had earlier on right now, looking to possibly move up a few spots. He's in the 10th place. And obviously the driver that a lot of them were talking about for a while now, Jeffrey Todd Tuff's back out. But he is going to be a couple laps down, so he is going to have to work off that and try to hopefully for some success here. Caleb Babb saying, can you replay Wally Babb's spin out? Hold on. I think I might be able to. We'll see if we can find out here. Take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. Race fans, let's go back and take a look at this while they go under caution. Try to finish this one out. We'll take a look and see if we can see when he spun out. I believe this was when he had come to a spin out here. We'll take a look at it here as it comes around. See right here, if we can get a good look at this one. Ooh, looks like he did get a little bit of contact there with Tom Lanier as they were going to the turn. So a little bit of a situation there maybe brewing. I think that might be why Wally Babb unfortunately had kind of gotten out. So we'll take one more look at it before we get back to the green flag restart, because it looks like the drivers are getting ready for that. But here's another look at it from another angle. Hard racing can do you in quite a bit of favors and quite a bit of good, but unfortunately when you're driving in as tight as you have to with these things, stuff like that can happen, unfortunately, and that is what happened to Wally Babb, and I believe that is what, unfortunately, was the circumstances there for Mr. Babb to not being able to finish this race out. Caleb Babb saying it was right before caution, saying thanks to the replay there. Caleb, no problem there, my man. Definitely had enough time to do it. We're currently, as I mentioned before, still under that old caution, but it looks like they're going to go to a single file restart on this one. I think that maybe might be a good idea here. We'll have to see. Remember, it's green, white, checker restart here, so we'll see what happens. Alright, race fans, by the way, I just got confirmation from our Monday Night Madness boys. We are ready and set to go. If you wanted to see a show there on dirt, last time we were at Eldora, tonight, guess it. Kokomo Speedway is the next track on the list. And I've never seen those things run at Kokomo, and I honestly have got a bad feeling that bottom and that outside line might be testy to them. But those are some of the best drivers I've ever seen on the UMP series. So we will see them go at it and take on the challenge. It will definitely be something, to say the least. Be sure to catch that here in just a few short minutes. Race fans, green, white, checkered attempt number 1 coming your way out of 3. And I guarantee you these drivers are probably had enough of this one. They want to finish this one out. I know they are running out of time, so they have to get this one in. or it's game over. They're going to have about 20 minutes and some odd seconds left before this comes to an end. They only have time for 2 green, white checkered attempts. What will we see on the restart? What will commence of these drivers? Lead them down inside the corners of the turn. They must touch the front tires on that strip of road to the green flag restart. They do. Now the gaps come back. We're back underway. And Matthew Hofford immediately out of the gate has to deal with the old menace there. Tom Lanier. Lanier right out of the gate on his shot, on his spike. More problems down there for Wally Babb and Stanley Pottle getting into it. They're able to get it refired and restacked up. They will not call the caution. They're keeping it going. Keep the race live, my friends. Key checkmate Taylor right now looking to possibly get a run there on Matthew Hofford. Hofford already on the gun on the bubble, trying to fight his way back into this one. As we go on board here with Robert Rattlesnake Collins, you see him try to work this old 34 short wheelbase car around this incredibly tough track here tonight. You can see how tight it is down there and how hard it's been able to handle down. Problems for Chantel, the throttle bottle. They're at the turn 1 of Charlotte Moore Speedway's oval. And unfortunately, that will end her night out on the worst of notes, unfortunately. Coming right in on down the bus stop. Whoa, Robert Kahn just literally set the left front up on the edge there. Literally had a bicycle. Has to hang on, not get himself in any trouble there. Todd Tusto can't say the same there on the bus stop. Loses it completely yet again. Does Airway now. Key checkmate Taylor looking to make a run there around the corners there of Offord. Trouble there for GK. Trying this crash there on the front stretch. Nearly getting Pike with him. And he did get Pike. Pike spins it. Kern with the lead. And they're calling that checkered flag as out. Nick Kern gonna win it, but they're saying Pike came to it. Wait. Hold on a minute. What? Hold on a minute there, iRacing. What is this? Alright, there is something definitely not right on our screen here. Nick Kern was literally in the race lead and had this one dialed in, but they pulled the checker flag on him. Pike did not finish the race. He still has to get a lap in to finish it completely. Nick Kern should be our race winner here as long as he can just pull out a little bit of a stop or two. Jeffrey Oaks is catching up on him. They're going to finish this one out, folks. They're not done. They got to come to the end. But whatever you see on screen right now, Pike, it's not your race winner. That is for sure. Smooth off the corner, smooth off the turns here. They lead it in down turn 3 into 4. As he leads the Sparko 69 to the finish. He is going to take home a win as long as he can make 2 more good turns. Into the final turn, the 69 of Nick Kern will win another road course and another victory. He takes the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oaksy will finish second, third, going to Key checkmate Taylor, third, fourth to Tom Lanier. 5th to Robert the Rattlesnake on to round out top 5. Yeah, you see the boys having a little bit of fun down there. Oh! Oh my God. And Stanley Pottle, maybe with the bash of the night, just completely destroys the entire field in that one. He just really sent it straight to the upper room and then some. I'll give credit too. Stanley got a nice little trick in there. Tyler Oden joined us in saying Babb came down, wasn't clear, and joined us in for that last bit. Thanks again, my friend, for tuning in. What a night, and honestly, what a victory there for Mr. Nick Kern. Managing to walk away with the W again on a road course and really holding his line in and holding it down to the very end. You see us doing his little burnouts down there. The race results are coming up now on your screen. There's the correct results. I was wondering where that went. Nick Kern wins it. Second goes to Key Checkmate, or excuse me, second goes to Jeffrey Oaks. Third then goes to Key Checkmate Taylor. Fourth time Lanier. Fifth to Robert Kahn. Sixth to Matthew Offord. Seventh to Sidney the Closer Taylor. Eighth to Eric G. Gann. Ninth to Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Stanley Pottle with the 10th spot. 11 to Chantel Bottle, 12 to Dustin Sonaker, 13 to Wally Babb, 14 to Brandon Pike, 15 to Jerome Keeney, 16 to Landon McKenzie. Rounds out the field here tonight. What a wild night it has been. What a wild night for a race in action. And again, this is just the appetizer for what is about to come. And Eric G. Gann saying, hop the tire, shake my head there. And Brandon Pike saying, we could have keep the old results. Brandon, I'm sorry, man. I can't do nothing about that. That's on Hive Racing. You blame them for that one. So race fans, right now, we're going to try and see if we get a quick interview with our top three here tonight. We'll go ahead and wield in the results, though, and show our second place and third place finishers here. And, well, hold on, that's not right. Pull that back up here. Jeffrey Oaks was third. Jeffrey Oaks was second there, folks. Third went to our good friend there, and Jeffrey Oaks. And looks like someone forgot to turn off the sounds around here with these things. Hold on a minute, folks. Try to get down there and fix that up here. Yeah, maybe we did in there. Alright. Alright. So we get the drivers now in real quick and have a word with our folks here. I saw Nick Kern there for a minute here on our channel, ready to talk, but he apparently ran off. I don't know where he went. We'll give him a minute here too, because right now we do have the madness ready to go here. The dirt guys are ready to fight it out, and they want us to get to it. So we're telling you right now, though, my boys, we are ready to go with you as well. We're just currently waiting on our drivers to see who all talks and who all chats here tonight. Start the countdown clock, my friends. And the countdown now reading in at 0 and 0. So, race fans, I think that will be the end of our night tonight. No one is going to be able to talk with us or come talk with us here. So, bit of a bummer, unfortunately, but we do have other priorities we need to get to here. So, but nevertheless, race fan, has been an honor to call this one and call the action. But I guarantee you, coming up next, you're gonna see me in a whole different light. This is where things get really ramped up and all that. But if you want to catch all that, you gotta make sure that you like and follow us up here and take a look at everything and keep an eye on stuff. But nevertheless, race fans, it has been my honor and my pleasure to call this one with you guys in the Pushing Limits Racing League. The next time we will see these drivers, we're going to see the action pick up and pick out, because next time they head to Legacy they head out to Talladega, with the Legacy Dallara DW12. Oh yeah, it's gonna get fast. It's gonna get brutal. You may see a few limits pushed past it. For now, though, be safe. God bless. Take care. Catch you here in a little bit. It's time to go dirt racing, my boys and girls.